Yeah, I just want to begin by thanking everybody that was here. December 21st in Miami, people could have been anywhere, and we had a great crowd to be out here tonight out of school. So we're just so grateful for the fans that we have that are sticking with us. We know that the record is, ugly right now, but the process and the effort that these guys are putting in every day is not ugly. What's beautiful is how, despite the struggle, how hard these guys are working, how connected they still are. And we have two of the best connectors up here with me right now. They're really indicative of who we're going to be, so I'm just so proud of them. But I want to thank the band, Cheer, Dazzlers. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for being here. Administration for being here. Marketing for getting people out here. We're just really grateful for that. As far as this game, hey, Maine's a good team, and I said on the broadcast, a lot of people maybe aren't familiar with them. Coach Markwood's done a great job with this team. I heard a stat like they've had like one season over 10 wins in like the last however 20 years or whatever, and they almost got 10 wins already. This is a really good win for us. They got a chance to go win their league, and we had to really scrap and claw and really play well to get this win. So being able to beat a team like that is something that we're going to look back on and look back and hopefully be like, this was a turning point for us. But really proud of Javaunte's leadership. He's just been, we're asking for connectors. He's been a connector every single day, beginning when we had to report in June. And, he never complains about a role, never complains about minutes. He just supports and gives energy. And, that's what a great teammate is. That's what a great senior leader is. And that's why he's going to be so successful in life, which is the most important thing. And Jaidon Lipscomb, he's played so well these last 4 games. And, that's not a surprise. He's had about a month of really good practice. And, I think he did some soul searching, in the Cayman Islands and, decided he's going to come back and become the best version of himself. Not to just trust the process, give into the process, give his best each and every day. And the results are showing through. So I'm really proud of him and just a great team win for us tonight.
What you learned about your team throughout those first couple of minutes in that second half where you had Arturo, I believe those back-to-back steals, and all of those had some sort of score in there.
Yeah, that's who we are, and our steal turnover numbers, our steal and turnover force numbers weren't great today, but they were sure great in that stretch. And, the biggest thing for us, we probably had one game, maybe 2 games all year long where we haven't had great stretches of basketball on both sides of the ball. And my deal is, man, we've got a really high ceiling, but we got to raise our floor. And too often we've had a low floor, and we got to start reaching this ceiling as close to 40 minutes a game as we can. And when we start doing that, when we start doing that, we're going to be a scary team. And we're not who we're going to be, but we're really going to lean into who we're going to be. And excited about this stretch of practices we have. Excited about this break for these guys to be able to have some time away. But we're all excited to get back and to get better.
Maine has the best defense in the American Conference, in the American East Conference. Just what's said about them, especially in that first half? They kind of limited you guys a lot offensively.
Yeah, like I said, they're a good team, and they're well coached. They have a great plan of attack on both sides of the ball. They know what they're doing, and they're good. So they did a lot of good things on offense. They did a lot of good things on defense. Like we had to fight. I thought we had a number of really good defensive possessions, and they shot 47% from the floor. I thought we had a number of really good press possessions, and they only had 11 turnovers. So that's a good team. Bottom line. To get a win against them is great. And one thing I was proud of, I said it to the team, Coach Collin, he had a goal. He wanted to be plus 10 on the offensive glass. And, man, I thought that was aggressive. I'll be danged if, we didn't end up plus 11 on the offensive glass. And that's all effort. That's all, mentality. And that's why we won today. That great spurt of play you saw, it wasn't about our talent and ability. It was about our spirit and about our energy. And when our spirit and energy is right, then our ability and talent can really show through.
You put Javaunte in the starting lineup, in the starting five today. Just what was the decision behind that? And then his night, 20 points, made a big impact on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, Javaunte could have been starting, from the very beginning. That has, nothing. And it's a credit to Javaunte. That hasn't fazed him one bit. We need to shake things up. I liked having a great player come off the bench. I have two great players right now who come off the bench all year long. But I just thought we needed to mix some things up. Javaunte is going to be who he is coming off the bench or starting. But Javaunte has been a starter for the last 2 years for sure. So it's not about whose name is called at the beginning. But I certainly trust him with my team and with my life.
What you see different from Arturo in that second half?
What I thought was big is the last game against Stetson. He got 2 fouls, and he really got down and frustrated, and he got 2 fouls again today. And I think there was a second where he had to really battle getting down and frustrated again. And once he realized, okay, took a deep breath, trusted the process, said I can respond to this, let me not give in to frustration, then he was able to go be the best version of himself. And the best version of Arturo Dean's self is really special. So I'm really proud of him.
Javaunte getting to trust from coach, starting, how big was that for you? And then just take us through your night.
I don't really think that it gave me more trust. Me and Coach, we've had numerous talks on and off the court. The trust has never wavered. Like you said, off the bench or starting, I'm going to be the same guy regardless. I don't really lean too much into that just because as long as we on the floor together, as long as we on the bench encouraging, we're going to get the results we want. I just care about the win, and we got the win. The fact that I started happened to be a coincidence, in my opinion. I don't think that we need to get too in-depth on who's winning the games as long as FIU is winning the games. And on top of that, I just think top to bottom today, we just had just a different approach from practice yesterday to film yesterday. We had one-day prep for a really good team who does not make their own mistakes, which versus us, I said earlier in the huddle late in the game that we've been bad in close games to close it down. And I thought it was very important that we could show that we could take control of the game, maintain and sustain everything we got going. And Jaidon hit a huge shot to kind of keep us over the hump. And I think that that's really what did it for us.
What was the message coming out of that, coming out of the second half?
Coming out of the second half, we just knew we were in the same position that we were on Stetson, but we made sure our heads were where they needed to be at as far as we had to win the first 4 minutes, win the next 4 minutes, and win the next 4 minutes. I think sometimes with us, like I said in the huddle, we know how good we can be, so when we aren't playing to our potential, we're so down on ourselves because we know we're so much better than that. And I think we're just trying to focus really hard on trying to be the best we can every possession. And then when we look up at the end of the game, we're going to see that we're getting where we need to go.
Jaidon, you kind of didn't play too much at the start of the season. Now you're getting a lot more playing time. Just what's changed for you, maybe mentality, routine, just what's been working for you lately?
Nothing at all. Just staying patient, trusting the process, and being here ready for my guys whenever my number's called. Like I said before, we got 16 guys that's ready to play every single night. So whenever my number's called, I just got to come and play hard, a whole bunch of energy, and most importantly, just play defense. That's a big calling card that I need to work on, but I've continuously worked on it, and Coach JB and that staff's helped me out, especially him with his leadership. He talks to me every day, so just maintaining and being ready.
They shut you down in the first half. What kind of changed for you in the second half? Maybe anything that you noticed from the Maine defense?
They pressured up, and they were very high in the ball line, so a lot of help wasn't coming from the opposite or weak side, which is usually where I'm at on the offensive end. But I just stayed patient. I knew that guys were going to be able to find me and just be ready to knock down shots. I was still able to make plays for other people in the first half, which kept my confidence going. And even when I missed shots, my teammates got my back, and they just kept my head straight, and I was ready to go in the second half.
And if I can interject quickly, I mean, guys, this isn't normal, to have two young men up here being able to express themselves the way that they can, be able to communicate themselves the way they can. This is why this team is so special. I'm going to say this about Jaidon. There's most players, when they're shooting the way that they're shooting, boy, they'd be out there hunting and heat checking all the time. Jaidon doesn't heat check. In fact, he turns down a lot of decent looks to get other people's shots. And, you know, I'm pretty sure on this season now he's probably shooting over 50% from the field, over 50% from three. And that's him being unselfish. That's him understanding that the ball has energy. And, again, credit to Maine because they're a really good defensive team. But I don't think they shut Jaidon down. You know, he just was willing to get off of the ball. It's something that he does an unbelievable job of. He's a great ball mover. And if we have 16 guys that are willing to be ball movers, you know, it's going to pay you back. You know, and he turns down so many shots, he gets off the ball so quickly, and yet he still scores 11 points in 17 minutes. So just really proud of him, and it just makes me really proud as a coach, really proud of as a man to hear these two guys up here talk. I shouldn't even be up here. Y'all should just do the press conference with them because they speak far better than I could.
Jaidon, I got one question for you. That three that you hit with the shot clock running down, the deep one, what was your reaction? You know, when it went in, did you think it was going in and went to the left?
I felt very confident. I got a lot of room on my crossover. Javaunte gave me a great pass on the driving kick. And I really thought I got fouled. I tried to draw the contact a little bit, but it is what it is. The result was the same, and it was a big shot to get our team over the hump. And we got some stops after that, which was big time. It felt like they were close and in the game the whole second half. They kept hitting the shot after shot once we made our runs, but we just stayed patient, stayed calm, and we did the job.
Last one for me, Coach. George Bridges Jr., 16 minutes, 14 points. Just his impact today off the bench, getting a bigger role, you know, compared to the last couple of games where he saw less minutes.
Again, that's all character. Okay, you know, I don't know this to be a fact. You know, Darren can fact check me, but he's probably got as many DMPs, or if not the most DMPs, as anyone that's kind of been in the rotation. He never pouts. He never sulks. He never complains. He always thinks about his team. He's grateful to be here. He's grateful for this opportunity. And when he's gotten opportunities, he's made the most of them a lot of times. And we're lucky to have a person like that in our program, a person. I think he's a great basketball player, but man, he's a better person. And, you know, if we can all match the character that he has, the character that you hear coming out the mouths of these two guys up here, then things are going to be special for us coming out of Christmas and going into the new year.
All right, that'll wrap things up with the three here. Just wishing a happy holidays to everybody around and a safe time away from some basketball competition until you guys go out to Utah Tech. Thank you three for joining you. I just wrapped this up. 82-74 win for FIU against #1 ranked defense in the America East and the 30th ranked defense in the nation that was allowing 64 points per game coming into this game. So congratulations to you three. And JB, leave us with some parting words.
Yeah, just again, so grateful. Grateful to FIU, grateful to administration, everyone that supports us. Grateful for everybody letting my son be up here. And you got any parting words for Panther Nation, Bam Bam?
Yeah, make sure that whenever you guys go to the games, make sure to be loud and make sure to cheer. Make sure to motivate everyone on the bench.
There we go. Thank y'all.